Hi everybody, I'm Irina, and today we're going to go on a nature walk, learn about adaptations, and create our own natural dyes that you can do from home. Thank you for joining me. Right now, I am in a forest preserve on the northwest side of Chicago. Do you have any nature near you? Maybe a park, a forest, or a lake that you can visit at this time? What do you see when you look behind me? I'm noticing some water, some trees, even some moss coming out in the springtime. The area here is called a floodplain. I'm in Chicago, but floodplains exist all over the world. They can be found in Africa, Asia, Europe, throughout North and South America. They contribute to some of the richest and most diverse ecosystems. Do you know what an ecosystem is? Ecosystems are communities of plants, animals, and other living beings that coexist together. They each have adaptations that help each other survive and thrive in their community. Hey everybody, we are back from our nature walk where we got to see some beautiful floodplain forests. And in the floodplains, we talked about adaptations. Adaptations are small changes that you can make in your life to adapt to the big changes happening in the world. Right now, the changes a lot of us are going through is we're stuck at home. We can't go out to the usual places we would go. We can't see the friends and family we always get to see. And we can't have access to the materials that sometimes we would like. So one adaptation we're going to try today is learning how to make our own natural dye. Natural dye is kind of like a paint, but that it's made from natural materials. So think about it. Is there anything at your house that you could use to create paint with? Maybe it's something in your refrigerator, your freezer, or your pantry. Think of something that has a very bright or vibrant color, maybe something that's very juicy. I looked in my refrigerator today and I found some blackberries. Now, what color do you think these would make as a dye? Can you think of the color of juice inside of these? Yeah, it's kind of like a purplish red. You can even see a little bit of it is coming out on my finger right now. This is the color dye that we're gonna make, a little bit of a purplish red. I also looked in my pantry and found this beautiful yellow onion skin. I peeled this off of an onion and we're gonna boil this to create a dye. What color do you think that's gonna make? Yeah, that's right. It's gonna be an orangey yellow, kind of like a beautiful coral color. I also opened up my freezer and found a package of frozen spinach. You could also use fresh spinach, kale, cilantro, basil, collard greens, any green veggie that you have at home. What color dye do you think this will make? Yeah, that's right, it's a green. It's a beautiful green. I also found a couple of, what do you think these are? That's right, it's an avocado skin. I scooped out the green juicy part and I left the skins. Now this makes a surprising color when you boil it. Any guesses? It actually makes it pink. I'm so excited to see how this comes out. And the last place I looked was my spice drawer and I found some turmeric. What color do you think this makes? That's right, it's a beautiful golden yellow. So those are the spices and the foods that we're gonna use to make dyes with, but you could also use beets, you can use blueberries. Really look to see what you have available at your home. So now let's talk about some of the other materials that you'll need. You're gonna need a big pot, you'll need a measuring cup, a strainer or a colander. You're gonna need a couple big bowls, some tongs, some rubber bands, and then you'll need to think, what do you want to dye? So here I have a couple of 100% cotton white t-shirts. It's always good to use a natural material like cotton for dye. Okay, now that we have our materials, we're ready to get started. Follow me. All right, go ahead and grab your measuring cup. We're gonna fill this up to 2 cups of water and we're gonna set it to boil. We're gonna start with avocados. You're gonna throw those right in there. So you can see it's nice and steamy, so you wanna be careful, it's hot. And you can just take the entire avocado pits and put them in there. You'll notice that they're floating. So you can grab a wooden spoon and just push them down a little bit so they get down to the bottom. And you're gonna leave them in here for about 45 minutes. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this with all of our natural dye materials, and then we'll come back 45 minutes from now and see what the water looks like. While the water is boiling, this is a really great time to prep your fabrics. So I'm gonna actually cut up these t-shirts because I wanna make another project with them. If you wanna keep the t-shirts whole, you can. Once you cut up your t-shirt, you can start putting on the rubber bands, which will be used for a tie-dye effect. So it's been 45 minutes and I have 4 pots. I actually don't encourage you doing this. I think I probably overdid it, but I was very ambitious and I had a whole Sunday. So this is a really great experiment. Some of them worked a little bit better than others. So we're gonna start with what I think was the least successful, which is important to demonstrate. This is the spinach water. So I have to be honest, at this point in the game, I was too lazy to take the spinach leaves out. So you'll notice that this still has spinach on it, but the actual dye did not really go through at all. It's still very white, it's still very watery. I'm not sure if it's because the spinach was frozen, but I wouldn't recommend this. The next one is this turmeric. Now, turmeric is known for being very, very bright and strong, so I have a feeling this one is gonna be really great. Yeah, look at that. Ooh, beautiful. So it turned this gorgeous golden umber color. I'm gonna use my tongs and gently put it in my bowl. Awesome. All right, next up we have our avocado peels. So these were supposed to be pink, but mine turned out brown. Again, they were frozen, that might be part of it. And it didn't dye that well. It's pretty light, but again, it's okay. So the blackberry turned out to be a beautiful purple. I'm gonna go ahead and put that in the bowl. Yeah, so I would say of the ones that I used, turmeric and blackberries definitely stained the best. Spinach, not so much, but you know what? I'm putting it next to the turmeric and it's getting a little bit of that turmeric color, which I'm happy about. And then this is the avocado skin. You can see it's a little tiny bit pink, but not very strong. But you know what? I'm happy about this. I think this is a beautiful color palette. Yeah. Now you want to take your fabric and run it under some cold water with soap until the water runs clear. So now that you have washed off the extra dye, you can go ahead and take off these rubber bands, which is my favorite part, and reveal the white underneath. So you can go ahead and take off all the rubber bands and see how your beautiful textiles came out. I am very happy with mine. I got this gorgeous lavender and the golden yellow from the turmeric and the blackberries, and I hung mine up to dry on some lights I had strung up at home. Thanks so much for watching. We hope you join us next week. Follow us at Young Cultural Stewards and at Chicago Parks. Take care.